Hey guys, Jason Khalipa here. Wanted to touch base on the BikeErg compared to a traditional spin bike. I also have behind me the Rogue Eco bike, which I also have the Schwinn bike and the Assault bike. So I've had all of them. Now, if you're deciding between this bike or this bike, they're not really the same thing. An air bike hits me more cardiovascularly, it's more upper body and lower body, different stimulus. For the BikeErg, or a spin bike, it's all lower body, and it's gonna be more of a, for me at least, lactic acid buildup in the legs and muscle stamina, etc. But it's not gonna incorporate the upper body, and it's not necessarily as cardiovascular for me in particular. So if you're deciding between these two, they're in two different realms, and you gotta decide which one you wanna go with. I wouldn't choose. That's why in my garage I have both. But when it comes to this particular bike, the BikeErg, I just wanted to touch base on a few things. Both this BikeErg and this spin bike, we could adjust the seats. Both of them we could adjust the handle height. Both of them have different positions where you can place your hands. But the two biggest differences between the BikeErg and a traditional spin bike is number one, the damper setting and the flywheel, the turbine. And number two is the digital display of the output of how much power you're actually putting out. Yes, you might have straps on these pedals, you might not on these pedals. Yes, it might be a little bit easier to raise this seat than this seat. Those are nice things to have, but I think the two big things that make me strongly encourage you to pick a BikeErg over a traditional spin bike is the digital readout with quantifiable results and the damper setting, which really makes a big difference. Let me explain. For the last several months, I've been riding the BikeErg about 10,000 meters a day. And as I've been riding, I've been trying to quantify in my head, why do I like this so much better than I like the traditional bike? And what I came down to is that this feels more like a traditional bike. So if you have a rower or a skier, what you'll realize is you'll get into a rhythm. And as that rhythm occurs, you'll kind of hear the flywheel going, you'll try and keep up with it. It's almost like making music. The same thing applies here. When I'm on the BikeErg, as I'm going, I can hear that flywheel going. And my goal is to keep that cadence. Now if I stop, it continues to go a little bit and then I want to pick it back up again. The nice thing about this is for intervals, I could just stop right here and I don't have to worry about breaking my legs because the pedals want to keep moving. But it also gives me a targeted goal. So while I'm on here, I'm listening to it. When the damper's at a 10, it's very challenging. It's like riding up a hill. When it's at a 1, it's still challenging, but much easier. I like to float around a 3. But what I like most about this is that unlike a traditional spin bike, I'm looking at my monitor and I'm giving myself a goal. For me, I look at every 1,000 meters and where I'm holding. Is it less than 2 minutes, less than 150, etc. And I give myself those quantifiable goals, which play a huge role in my workout. So why do I love this bike? I love this bike because it's easy to move around. I love it because I can adjust the seat easy when I have friends in here. But why I really like it is because the turbine makes it feel like it's an actual bike, like I'm going, that I can coast a little bit, right? And why it has a digital readout that I could then display to see how well I'm performing on my workout. What doesn't have that is a traditional spin bike. For years I would ride this, right? The straps, good or bad, is irrelevant. If you have straps, if you have clips, it's nice because you can get a little bit more of a hamstring pull. But I think for now, let's just say I'm in them or not in them. One of the things that's a disadvantage here is that as you go, and if you want to do intervals and you stop, you feel like your legs are going to keep going with it, right? Traditionally, these bikes have that type of cadence to them. In addition, that when you adjust the challenge, how much resistance is occurring, is generally performed based on kind of like putting more compression onto some kind of disc, right? This isn't the only kind of spin bike out there. There's other ones, of course. But with this particular type, it's not as quantifiable. So when I come in here every day, I don't know, hey, am I on a level 4? Am I on a level 7? Am I on a level 10? How fast am I going? I have no idea. All I know is that my legs start to hurt, and that's still very valuable, and you should be doing that. But on this BikeErg, it gives you those quantifiable goals. It gives you those workout specific targets. So when I jump on it, I feel like I get a better workout. So to kind of summarize the BikeErg compared to a general spin bike, I think you're gonna get all the things you love about a traditional spin bike. The ability to raise and lower the handles, the ability to raise and lower the seat, nice pedals where you can have like a strong grip on them. You're gonna have the ability to kind of have 2 different grip positions, similar to the way you would on a road bike. These are all valuable tools. The wheels on this particular thing moves around easy, but the game changer is that they took what's successful on the rower and the BikeErg, and they brought it to successful on the ski-erg and the rower, and they brought it to a BikeErg, which is that turbine component, that flywheel. It makes you feel comfortable, it gives you a target to keep up with, and then when you start looking at the monitor, combining with this, it's just smooth, it's efficient, and I've really enjoyed this bike. I enjoyed this for many years. Now that this is here, I couldn't recommend it enough. Hope you guys got a little bit more of an insight on why I like the BikeErg versus a traditional spin bike. This isn't the only type of spin bike, but in this particular case, the BikeErg is the smoothest, most target-driven bike that I've ridden, and I've really enjoyed it. So if you guys like this, please leave a comment, let us know what you think. If you have other items you'd like us to try and compare to each other, let me know. Shoot me an email, it's jason@jasonkhalipa.com. I hope you guys have a great day.